Wow. Day 3 was really cool. I mean, God already had the water, and he made land grow up out of it. And then, what did he do? He gave us food. He planted apples and oranges and tomatoes and corn and green beans and broccoli. Broccoli. Oh, I wish he hadn't have done that. And strawberries and berries and all kinds of good stuff and ice cream and... No, that's wrong, isn't it? He didn't plant ice cream. He's going to let us figure that out much later. But if you think day 3 was cool, wait till you see day 4. It is awesome! Day 4 starts in the book of Genesis. Day 4 starts in the book of Genesis, in chapter 1, verse 14.
And God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the sky, to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark seasons and days and years."
I don't know about you, but I think that's awesome. How about this seasons, days, and years stuff? We're going to come back to that in a little while. In Genesis 1:15, God explains the lights a little more.
And let them be lights in the expanse of the sky, to give light on the earth. And it was so.
See that part that says expanse of the sky? That's the same as firmament back in day 2. Remember, firmament was the space where the sun and the moon and the stars are going to be inside. Well, the expanse of the sky is what God is telling us is the firmament. You notice something? God speaks everything into existence. God said, "Let there be light." God said, "Let there be an expanse." God said, "Let the dry ground appear." You notice God says it, and then afterwards it says, "And it was so." God said it, and it happened. How about that? Besides separating day and night, the lights in the sky, the sun and the moon, are there to give us light on earth. Let's go back to verse 14. Days, seasons, and years. Well, you know that the earth spins around one time every day. And we know that because we see the sun come up and the sun goes down. And the sun comes up again. And every time the sun comes up, that means the earth went around one time. And that is called a day. Now, the sun doesn't really come up. The sun is there and the earth spins around. It just makes it look like it comes up. Now, what about a year? Well, the earth goes around the sun once every year. It takes 365 days about to go around the sun. Okay, what about seasons? Well, that's a tricky one. See, as the earth spins, it sort of wobbles. And sometimes the sun is shining right on us and it's hot in the summer, and other times the earth tilts and the sun isn't shining as brightly, and it's not as hot, and it's wintertime, and it gets cold. We have 4 seasons a year. We call them winter, spring, summer, and autumn. Summer is hot, then it starts getting cool in the autumn till it gets to freezing in the winter, and then it gets warmer in the spring until it gets hot in the summer. Those are seasons. Okay, we were in verse 15, then we went back to 14. Now we're going to go ahead to 16. And in verse 16, God explains these great lights even more. God made 2 great lights, the greater light to govern the day, and the lesser light to govern the night. Well, that's pretty easy. The greater light is the sun, and it lights up the day, and the lesser light is the moon, and it lights up the night. He also made the stars. He also made the stars. That's an understatement. Do you know what an understatement is? If I had $1 million in my hand and I said, oh look, I have $10, that's an understatement, because 10 is way under $1 million. Well, look what God did. He also made the stars like it was nothing. But there's millions and millions and millions of stars out there, and it goes on forever. That's an understatement, and that is one of the most awesome statements in the Bible. Let's take a trip through the universe and see what God also made. Incidentally, God also gave us the mind to create beautiful music. Besides seeing the wonders of God's creation, you're also listening to the second movement of Mozart's Piano Concerto No. 2. How simple. He also made the stars. Kids, think about how simple that was. Verse 17, God tells us where He put those lights. God set them in the expanse of the sky to give light on earth. In Genesis 1:18, God will tell us why He put the great lights in the sky. To govern the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God saw that it was good. So it's obvious that God made the sun to make daylight, and for the moon to come out at night. But again, God saw that what He did was good. In Genesis 1:19, God finishes with the fourth day of creation. And there was evening and there was morning, the fourth day.
But this is still not the end, because there are 2 more creation days left.